right, family, what it is, Desires Energy is here. Kids, we are back, and please don't smoke that crack. Man, speaking of crack, we got some items up in here that might make you get addicted, you feel me? We got the owner, Brandon, here. We are in the Vault409 right now. Talk to the people, brother. Tell them where they can follow you real quick.
What's up, everybody? We're inside the Vault409. You can check that out at the Vault409 Katie on Instagram. You can check out the Vault409 on Facebook, all of that. Me personally, I'm global.b on Instagram.
Who are you, man? Like, I know y'all can see everything in the background, man. They got $300 shirts. They got shoes that cost more than your rent, man. So we need to figure out, how did you get started inside the clothing wear, the fashion business in a sense?
Man, this passion started back in 2012, basically. I started with my own clothing brand. It was called Liberty and Kicks. We just started pushing that, bro. I started with a message saying no hablo basic. Then we started with be a nice human, bad energy scares the money away. And it just fed into the desire of owning a bigger store, selling my own merchandise. The biggest problem with me was every time I'd go to the mall, I try to get my merch into stores like this, and they'd always tell me, nah, your quality, your quantity. It was always something. So a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. After 5 years, I was able to open up my first store with a partner, the Vault409 in Beaumont, Texas. And then we just moved it on up.
So 2012, man, that's over 10 years ago. So you don't look that old, brother. So entrepreneurship, man, like, was that in you as a child, or did it just come about after school? Like, so how did you get into like just the idea, or what gave you like the inspiration to say, you know what, I think I can do this entrepreneurial standpoint? You feel me?
Nah, I do appreciate you. Yeah, I'm 30 years young. And yeah, it's really in my blood. Watched my father work his tail off. It was really dedication that I got to watch, and it just made me hungry for more. I wanted to be the first one in my family as an entrepreneur, starting my own business. It was just part of me.
So it sounds like your father was mostly the inspiration for you deciding to get into it, right?
Big facts. Yeah, absolutely. My father, number one supporter back then, and yeah, kept me going.
Shout out to Pops. You kind of spoke about it recently, like about the obstacles you face. So can you go into like maybe detailing one or two of them? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs are watching these podcasts, and a lot of them kind of need to be prepared for what they may have to face. So can you give just one example of like a big obstacle that you had, and like how you were able to overcome it through consistency?
No, you're gonna hear no. You're gonna hear no a lot. You literally have to be out there. You literally have to be on the street. You literally have to do these shows. You have to see how many shows you could do. You're gonna have to give out. I take that back. Do not give out so much. That's one tip I will hand out to you guys. You're gonna lose out on inventory. You're gonna need that inventory back. There's gonna be a day where that piece of garment that you made is going to be so impactful in the next 2-3 months that everybody wants it, and you don't even have it because you gave it to homeboy who didn't even share you, appreciate you, call you back. I don't recommend too much of the handouts anymore. Learn from my mistakes, but that's one of the biggest as you say obstacle was just coming across a lot of no's, a lot of people saying that they couldn't help me at that time. So yeah, you just got to keep going. Perseverance is key.
You just gave them a nugget. You said don't give out, because a lot of people, they think, you know, it's a tactic that some people try to use. It's
promotion.
Yeah, they look at it like promotion. So you're advising, again, at least against doing it for free too often, meaning like giving out too much.
Be very cautious with who you're giving it to. I mean, just try to do as much talking as you can to where you do get that promotion, that video that you can use. Just remember, once they share you one time, you gotta grab all that clout, and timing is important. You just want to dedicate your time in the best way possible.
Nah, that makes perfect sense. So like going back to the storefront itself, man, because like a lot of people are creative, but not a lot of people know how to make money. So in order for you to have this storefront, money is obviously involved. It's a business mindset. So to ask, without going into too much detail, like, how did you go from, let's say the pop-up shops, or like kind of just, you know, the old school selling out the trunk type vibe? How did you go from that to being able to eventually afford your own storefront, especially in a mall, because you know it's a lot more high priced in a mall than it is like just a regular storefront out in the middle of nowhere, you know?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, the funding. Where did the funding come from? So basically, the funding. I worked in the refinery. Me personally, I did from 6 in the morning to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the PM. I got off work and I had my own my circuit cutter, my vinyl cutter, my heat press. I had all of that. So once I got out of work, I'd be there pressing. You can ask all of my people that actually know me. They saw that, and after that, so I started off small. I actually worked up into a barbershop. That's where I first started. It was me and a barbershop. They gave me a little room, and I would sell, like I said, mainly my merch, Liberty and Kicks, and I would sell a couple of Jordans, little accessories here and there. Just slowly, man, just slowly. It wasn't until I found a cool partner. You got to find a teammate. Like my man here, we talk a lot about just that team, and he has a very good way on how to make a team, and you have to be able to build that team, because without that team, you can't build Rome by yourself. It doesn't happen. So even what we're standing in right now is not built by one person, not even by 2 people. It takes a lot of work and money management. You got to understand how to manage that money. It can go as fast as you made it. So you have to be able to guide it to where you can see your income.
That leaves me when he talks about team building. Yeah, we definitely talked off camera about it, man. The team is the most important aspect, because at the end of the day, the biggest currency is people. You know what I'm saying? Like socializing, knowing how to network, knowing how to get people to get behind your message. Yeah, like what you say, how you communicate to people. That's one of the biggest aspects of business. And going into that, because like again, so we can go a little bit detail for those actual entrepreneurs out there. What has been your experience, man, in building team building? Like I said, obviously, you don't got to give any names or any specific like scenarios, but kind of like. Just speak to the hustle and the consistency it takes to build up a team, because some people think like, oh, if I reach out to 10 people, I should get 4 of them to say yes, and then
3% rule, you're gonna get at least a third of the people. I mean, it's possible. You have to find people who are like you. You have to go to shows. My best advice is shows. You got to go to these shows. You're gonna find people just like you. I was a part of Trap by Art fashion show. So after that fashion show in Houston, mind you, I was in Beaumont doing all of this, so that's about 2 hours away from Houston. And out there is no fashion world. It's all industrial. That's why I was in the refinery and all that, because fashion out there is pretty non-existent. You know, you're pushing against the grain when you're doing creative things like that. And so you just have to go out of your comfort zone. You have to go out there to stay in these people's faces, try to find a lot of these artists who are just out there, and just get that quick little, that boom with them. See, like I said before, try to get at least $20 off of them. You know, they have it. But other than that, yeah.
Hey y'all, this is a cutaway real quick. Do not change the channel. We need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe on our video. YouTube, the link is going to be below. Also go to Instagram, global.b. Give him a follow, man, the owner of the Vault409. Also on Instagram, follow the Vault409 at Katie at every location they got, man. Even shout out the pizzerias too, man.
Benny's Pizzeria on Instagram, BENNYS Pizzeria. Y'all check that out. We have a brisket. We have a boudin pizza. We have a chicken bacon ranch. We got a garlic parmesan shrimp. We have stuffed garlic knots. We're doing something that nobody has ever done. Y'all check us out, man. We're like the crumble of pizza.
Hey man, now y'all get out of here and keep watching this video, and make sure y'all comment down below. In the next, let's play the 3 to 5 year game. So what are you hoping to achieve in the next 3 to 4 years?
4 years. Right now, we just finished opening up last year Benny's Pizza in the same mall where the original Vault409 is at right now. A blessing. I didn't even know it was time for it yet. So I plan on expanding that. I plan on really building and working on that. The pizza game to me is something I love. The food industry is something I love, alongside with the sneakers. I've been a sneakerhead since I was 10 years old. I told you I was 30. It's 20 years plus. And I've been a foodie since I was born. I've always loved food. So I'm real passionate about everything I do, I'm real passionate about. So when you ask me 3 to 4 years, most likely owning at least another 2 to 3 Pizza restaurants, hopefully opening another Vault409 in a city near you. And I don't know, we're gonna see. I enjoy opening businesses. I enjoy seeing cool people, getting this type of energy, and I like to stay in the mix of things. I don't like to stay home. I don't like to be just in front of a TV screen and all that. So I see myself in 3 to 4 years doing big things, me personally.
Feel you, man. Like, and he said something real noteworthy, man. You talked about how he went back to age 10 years old, about how he basically had a passion for you said dealing with like food, pizza, sneakerheads, things like that, right? So this is kind of an underlying theme because we've spoken to a lot of successful people, a lot of entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, and the thing I keep trying to pound into y'all is that don't look at other people's situation or success and think like, oh, I should be able to do that, and then a year from now, 2 years from now, look at them and be like, why am I not where they at? You got to understand, these people, just because you're seeing them in the last 2 years doesn't mean that they didn't start 20 years ago, you know? And it's like, it started off as a passion. Like what he's doing now, it wasn't like just strictly on a whim, like, oh, let me do this. It's like he already had a love. Maybe the business part might have not been in it yet, but he had a love for sneakers. He had a love for certain types of dining, certain types of food. So when you have a passion for things, it makes it that much easier for you when you do decide to put the business towards it, as opposed to somebody who's looking saying, oh, they're making some money with sneakers, let me just try to open my own store. Like,
everybody thinks there's a reseller now, and absolutely, you know, it's nothing to just buy a pair of shoes, flip them for 50, 20 buck profit, but it's when you're able to run a network, able to build a system, work with multiple people around the city, and build a network at the end of the day, and build a vibe whenever somebody comes into your area, and they can feel that they want to stay longer, they want to support.
No, facts, 100%. You mentioned that you have multiple stores at this point. So what actually brought you out here to Katy? Because you mentioned you were from Beaumont, or you started off in Beaumont. So how did you come all the way out here?
So funny thing, again, that's same thing with the pizzeria, man. It was a blessing that we did not know it was time for. I got a super cool phone call. You have to be very respectful with people. You have to build your little black book, as they call it. You want to have a strong network behind you. As they say, your network is your net worth. It's facts. I'm the type that grew up listening to all those self-help videos and all. They work. You have to listen to it, and then also, alongside from believing in the process, know how to manage the process, know how to manage the money to create the process. So anywho, back to the question. I got a super cool phone call. Basically, Katy reached out to us. They needed a sneaker store like us. They liked what we were doing in Beaumont. In little less than a year's time, they liked what we did, so they reached out to us, and we've been killing it ever since. We've been here now, about to go on 2 years later on this summer. We'll be here 2 years, and yeah, they really saw what we were doing.
Speaking of growth, what has it been like over the past couple years, man? Like, let's say, just start with the Katy store. So like, pretty much from day one compared to now, what kind of growth have you seen? Like, going from, let's say, you being in here by yourself doing everything, to now building out a team, customer base, all of that.
Absolutely. I mean, you just said it. Like, literally being in here by myself, being with 1 or 2 other people, and now to where I can head out and handle my own business, handle my pizzeria, and leave trustworthy people inside the store that can hold it down. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy finding somebody you trust to hold down your baby. At the end of the day, this is my child, and you have to find somebody who can definitely take care of it. But growth wise, I got to meet a few of my favorite rappers through here inside this location right here. Man, we actually had shout out TSF Sosa, man. His daughter actually brought him in, so that was a super cool thing to hear, that she saw us on Instagram, told her dad, and they came inside. So that's love right there. Other than that, Beat King, that was pretty dope to meet Beat King and all of them. So meeting celebrities, selling some of the wildest shoes, iron potato feet. Shout out D Flowers, he bought those. Just really cool people. Meeting personal brands like this, really cool people. Desires Energy. This is really one of my favorite parts too, is just meeting all of these creative independent brands. I've worked with so many other creatives in here, and it drives me. It pushes me to keep creating. It keeps me to keep wanting more, and then give that door, open that door. Like I said earlier, they closed that door on me so many times. So it's pretty fun. I got control of that door now, and I could say, hey, y'all come in on XYZ day.
Boy, y'all listening to these gems, that inspiration should be coming through the mic into y'all ears for sure. We talking about business and growth. I want to know, man, about your personal growth. Like, how have you personally developed over these last, matter of fact, go back 10 years, man, just over your last decade. How have you grown, like, from learning, like, whether it's being more empathetic, more patient, more personable with people, or learning to stand up for yourself?
Now you said it. Patience was the key right there. That's something that I used to ask God for, and that was something that is testy when you ask for that, because you never know the situations that'll come forth whenever you ask for that patience. Sometimes you might be sitting down in the rain for a long time till they let you in the door. So you have to, me personally, my growth, it was just being a little bit more stern with people, not saying yes so many times, not giving the best of me, giving them the best of me, which would affect me at the end of the day while they won. You have to find that balance. So that's really on my growth end. The last 10 years, it's just really been able to see my work, my fruition, to be able to see all of the nights that I would come off of work, print a t-shirt, to where now I can have an array of brands, from Supreme, Yeezy, V-Lone, to my personal brand. You understand? It's a blessing. It's a growth.
Speaking of that, man, obviously we're in one of the top shoe stores in the state. So what kind of shoes you got here, man?
Man, in this store right here, I have some of the Jordans from 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. We got Yeezys. We have Travis Scotts. I got the Livest Lobsters. We got the slides, for the summer. Shout out to Kanye West, a fellow creative. I support Kanye West. He's doing things that a lot of creative brands, they try to stop. They try to shut you down. They try to put you under a contract to where that's it. That's all you're gonna see. Shout out Travis Scott. Another creative that we carry here. We got some Jordan lows. We got some of the regular lows, and we got some of the hottest lows to come out. Off-White, R.I.P. Virgil. Right here, you got one of my favorites. You have the Grateful Deads with the fur on them. Everything is brand new in this store. If you see right here, this right here is super sick. If you know what these are, the Union ones, very limited. Off-White, shout out to Virgil Abloh, R.I.P. So much love for the Off-White brand. Too much creativity. There they go right there. Yeah, some crazy, you know what I mean? Just pushing the envelopes. That's what we're all about over here. Pushing the envelope to where it busts, to where the envelope is just too full. Yeah, we got some more, you know what I'm saying? We got these right here. Sick. Super sick. Super sick. The quality on these. Again, another Off-White shoe right here. Yeah, quality is sick. This is not your average Air Force One right here. This is not your average Uptowns, as they say in New York. This is not it right here. Nah.
We haven't even began to mention the clothes.
We didn't get into the clothes.
We didn't get into the caps.
Limited edition from back in 1990s all the way to 23. We got the oldest and the newest in here. Everything is vacuum sealed, as you see. Protect the shoe, protect the value, protect the asset. If you don't remember anything else I said in here, protect your assets.
Facts, man. Like I said, tell the people what they need to do, man, when they come to Katie Mills Mall.
Entry side 7. Walk in, make a right, go straight down. Look for the Vault 409. You're going to see us. It's gonna be a bright orange store. You can't miss us. Come get locked in. You don't want to miss out on what we have to offer right here in Katy, Texas. Come on by. Get locked in.
Let's get it, man. Y'all already know what we say. Desire is the fire that helps to inspire.
Desire is energy, man. Super shout out to this brand. Shout out to the host. Shout out to this man right here, man. This is one of my favorite brands that I truly got to meet on this whole journey. My man's energy since day one has been to the roof. Beyond that, you know, Desire's energy is somebody you should definitely support. He's not out here just speaking words. He's practicing what he's preaching, and that is important. That is very important.
Do that thing like
yeah, you know what I mean. We talk. Yeah. We on the phone with some really dope. You know what I mean? Drip. This is that drip right here, man.
Let's get it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Come to the Vault 409. Peace out, family.